show where we equip you with wisdom, with knowledge on how to intelligently navigate your life, your marriage, motherhood, money, experience, and everything in between. Are you ready? Now, this is more than a show. This is more than a program. This is not the one you just, listen to pass time. This is what you get a book. Soul Woman Show, because every week on this program we give you hidden secret wisdom that will transform your life as a woman. So this is just a secret. If you haven't gotten your notebook out, this is the best time to do it, because today we're talking about financial infidelity. We're talking about financial infidelity, and in case if all you heard is infidelity, come on, it's financial infidelity, not just infidelity. We want to talk about secrets people keep in their marriage when it has to do with money. Lies people tell to their partners when it has to do with their finances. But we don't want to look at it from the angle of everybody like, women can hide money, eh? The man didn't know that his wife had so building. Do you know that the wife is the owner of that school and the man did not know? You've heard stories on social media when someone would say, oh, they were living in that apartment, they were paying rent, he didn't know that the building belonged to his wife. Have you heard about it? If you've heard about it, stay tuned, you share it with me in the moment, right? We don't want to look at all those things because we know that they happen. But here's what we'll explore today. Why do people do it? And when we say people, it's as though that those people are the bad people. Bad people that do bad things. We are the good ones. We don't do such. So it's better to say, why do we do that? Why do we feel the need to hide our monies from our partners, from our significant others? Why do people, especially women, I'm a woman, so no woman is coming to say you're bashing women, I'm a woman. Why do women feel the need to not be financially transparent with their husband? Why do we feel the need to be secretive about money? Because we've heard the story. So this is not a matter of, are you sure this is true? We've heard it over and over again. Now, for you to enjoy this program maximally, you can join us through different platforms. We're live on People's FM. We're also live on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can join us at Dr. Deborah TIMI-WOOD. Dr. Deborah TIMI-WOOD, drop a comment. Also, you can contact us on WhatsApp. I'll share the number shortly, right? Because I really want to hear from you. But before we even, proceed, what do you understand by financial infidelity? When you hear financial infidelity, I know that the word infidelity just, gives you a kind of signal like infidelity. Somebody's cheating. But beyond cheating, what does financial infidelity mean to you? I'm monitoring our Instagram at Dr. Deborah TIMI-WOOD. I'm monitoring our Facebook at Dr. Deborah TIMI-WOOD, at TikTok at Dr. Deborah TIMI-WOOD. So, you can share your thoughts. What do you think financial infidelity means? When you hear financial infidelity, what does it mean? At this point, I'll share our number. So if you want to call and share your thoughts with me, you can do that. Our numbers are 090-600. Let's be sure about that. Because I've been accused that it's 6,000. My instincts are right. 090-600. That's 6,000. 2420 090-6000-2420. Now, another number you can call if you would want to, share your thoughts with us is 080-5455-4123. On Instagram, Adelola Judge says, not being trustworthy with money. That is what she understands financial infidelity to be. That's on Instagram. Adelola Judge, thanks for sharing your thoughts with us. You said financial infidelity means not being your thoughts with us on WhatsApp. You could send a message on 090-222-03379. Not being trustworthy with money. And somebody's calling. Not being trustworthy with money. But in essence, and you're right, thank you for sharing that, because infidelity is not being trustworthy. It's the secrecy around money. Hello. Yeah, hello. I think we lost that. Her voice was so sweet. Hello. Next time you call, kindly speak up. Hello, can you hear me? Yes, hello. Good afternoon. I'm on. Okay, great. What do you think financial infidelity means? The secret of someone's finance. Okay. All right. Amon says the secret of someone's finance. Okay. Awesome. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. It says not being open to your spouse, being secretive about your money. Adelola says, I'm guessing. But you're good. You're good. We're great with your explanation of what financial infidelity means. Why are you scared and say you're guessing? But it's actually secrecy around your money, you know. But most importantly, not just secrecy around your money when it has to do with your relationship with your spouse, but that secrecy that can break trust. That's financial infidelity. When your spouse thinks that what you're earning is 200,000 naira, but in actuality, what you're earning is 500,000 naira. That's financial infidelity. That's you having landed properties and all that, and your spouse knows nothing about it. When you people have not gotten to a point, you don't have a structure in your marriage that says, you do you, I do me. Do you understand? You know, so that's when the person is not faithful financially. And we know that these things happen, right? Someone's still trying to call us to tell us what they think about financial infidelity. We know these things happen. So the issue is not that it happens. The thing is why? Why? And it's a great time you can also call to tell us, why do you think it happened? Have you ever had to be in a situation where you had to hide your finances from your spouse, where you were not comfortable telling your spouse, okay, this is how much I have, this is how much I'm worth? You know, why do these things happen repeatedly? And it is more prevalent than we think. You know, a lot of times when we think about things like this, we'll speak about them, we feel like it's just few people that do it, not a lot of people. It's actually very prevalent in a lot of marriage and ruins a lot of marriage. So why does it happen? Is it that the person that is financially, unfaithful, is the person a wicked person? Why do people do it? Now, I'll give you some reasons why people do that. One of the reasons why people, especially women, do that is because of fear of their future. If you see that your wife is financially unfaithful, she's scared of her future. One way not to look at it is to say, this woman is wicked. This woman is stingy. See, such a greedy human being. You're not solving the problem. It is not greed that makes people do that. And this is not standing in the gap for anybody or making excuses. These are backed up by research. These are the reasons why people do what they do. Why they do not, completely tell their spouse what they earn, how much they are worth. It's because they are not secured in their future with you. If you're the spouse and you're feeling like this person was not honest to me, they are not certain of your financial maturity. Now, if you have a woman that is married to a man that whenever they earn money in the family, he gambles the money away, do you think that woman will be financially transparent to her husband? You know, a lot of times, one of the things we do is that we just apportion blame. We just want a very perfect story, a perfect narrative, and we don't want to be honest to ourselves. On the Resourceful Woman Show, we're honest. We tell ourselves why these things happen. Because if you don't understand why, you won't be able to solve it. When a woman does not feel secured in her future with you, why she don't think you're financially responsible. And also this goes to men too. So don't think that, it's only women that hide money. Men hide money. I'll tell you a real story. Earlier this year, I had a couple that were my clients, and they signed up for counseling sessions with me. They signed up for 10 counseling sessions because they were going through a rough patch in their marriage. And I remember when I was having a session with the husband, because it's structured in a way where I have a session with the husband, I have a session with the wife, and have multiple sessions together. So when I was having the session with the husband, the man broke down and he was so emotional. And he was telling me about attending the burial of his colleague. And at the burial ceremony, he was crying profusely. People felt it was because, his colleague died and he was close to the guy. He confessed that the reason why he was crying so badly was the fact that he could look at his colleague's wife and know that, irrespective of the fact that his colleague is there, they'll be fine. The woman will be able to financially navigate the family. The children will still go to school. Their life may not be as beautiful as it was when his colleague was alive, but at least they will survive. And he looked by himself and just looked at his wife. And he just felt like if he dies now, it is over. His children will go back to the village. The woman is not resourceful. So he said that is why he wants to leave the marriage. Do you understand? Because they booked the session because they were having struggles. And the wife couldn't, for the life of her, pinpoint what was wrong in their marriage. What was the problem? And the man explained this to me. He's scared. If he's no more, if he drops down and dies, what will be the financial future of his children? So now what do you say to such men? You now understand why that man would now be financially unfaithful. Do you understand the premise of why people are financially unfaithful? Because we're looking at financial infidelity. If you'd like to call to share your thoughts, and do not forget, we're live on social media. I'm seeing everybody on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can also join us. You can watch the replay on YouTube, still at Dr. Deborah TIMI-WOOD. Now, if you'd like to join the conversation, you could call 090-6000-2420, or you want to call 080-5455-4123. Now, if you'd like to, get clarity, ask questions, get answers, maybe want to get a coaching session, you could send a message, a WhatsApp message to 090-222-03379. So it's great. You could call, join the conversation. I've shared with you 2 reasons why some people, become unfaithful financially in their marriage. Another reason, I told you I'll share 5 reasons, right? Another is when one of the partners is not resourceful. And I gave that example, when somebody is not resourceful, it brings this fear. This woman, every money you give to her, she wants to buy a wig. She wants to buy the latest bag. She wants to go for vacation. And you are not replacing the money. You're not making good with the money. The man is scared that what will happen? No, I can't tell this woman all the money I have, because the way her brain works is that immediately I get money, it is how we'll spend it. Or it can be a man. It doesn't have to be a particular gender. Now, specifically for women, one of the reasons why women hide their money in a marriage is when they do not believe in the leadership style of their husband. There's no clarity regarding your leadership style. Your wife does not know where you pull her head into. You are the head of the home, but she really cannot vouch for where you are taking her to. So you see that she now starts looking out for herself and the children. And repeatedly, as a marriage coach, I've discovered that when people do this, most times they don't even use the money for frivolous things. It's just born out of fear. People are scared of their future. And lastly, and I think we should take this very serious, one of the reasons why people are financially unfaithful. So if you have a spouse that is financially unfaithful and you say, you know what, I'm hardworking, I'm a resourceful person, I'm transparent, my leadership style is, you can understand it, it's clear. This woman has no reason why she's doing this. This man has no reason why he's doing it. It may be the 5th reason. And the 5th reason is due to past traumas. We don't talk about the effect of traumas enough. We really don't. People do most of the things they do because of the trauma they've experienced. So that means that one of the ways you shouldn't resolve this problem, if you're experiencing it in your marriage, is not to start attacking your spouse. Look at how you are. You are just a wicked person. The first thing you do is to understand. So if you're listening to me and this is what you're going through, this is what you're struggling with, and it can be both ways of the divide. Maybe you're the one that you've discovered that your spouse doesn't give full disclosure, right? The person is giving you half and half gist. You don't understand. I thought you had #1 million yesterday. Like, no, it's 100K. Someone's calling. Someone wants to join the conversation. Hello. What's happening? Why are you not being honest with me? Why are you not trusting me with the money you have, with your financial plan? Instead of attacking, understand that it could be either of the 5 reasons I have given you, and you have to be very careful how you handle it. You want clarity? Send a message to 090-222-03379. Now, I need you to know this does not justify the habits. So you don't listen to us and say, no wonder I have trauma. I have trauma. That is why I'm hiding my money. The truth is, it will break trust. It will damage your marriage. So you must learn how to navigate it. And there are ways you can do that. And in case you're already experiencing that in your marriage, first, if you're the one hiding your finances from your spouse, you're the financially unfaithful one, right? If you are that person, hello? If you're the financially unfaithful one and you're that person and you're like, oh, okay, this is what is going on, but is there a way to reverse it? Can we heal from this? Can I ever become financially transparent in my marriage? If you're that person, yes, absolutely you can. Now, if you're the person who is hurt and you're experiencing the fact that, you know what, the spouse doesn't trust you that much, they are not explaining everything to you, they are not showing you the ABCD of their financial dealings, because they cannot sleep with their two eyes shut when it has to do with you, when it has to do with finances. They love you, not like they don't love you, they love you, but it has to do with money, no, they are not sure. If you are that person, I'll share with you 3 things that you can do that would help your marriage for you people to overcome the storm. The first is for you to have a clear financial statement. Have a customized financial statement. You don't do marriage based on what everybody said. This is how they do marriage, so that is how you do marriage. No. You do it that aligns with who you are. How resourceful are you? Are you a spendthrift? Do you know how to save money? So both of you sit down and customize what works. Now, if you're not knowledgeable about this, it might be stressful. So that is why you send a message to get more knowledge, to get guidance. It would help you. The second thing you should do is to be honest about the situation. You see that they're hiding money from you. They're saying, you're not being honest. Now, you have to be honest. Because what we've achieved today is it's not enough to accuse your spouse of not being financially honest with you. You must understand why. And when you understand why, that's your problem is even half solved, really. If you understand why somebody is doing something, your problem is literally half solved, right? So you get a financial system that works in your marriage or relationship. You address the issue honestly. Then both of you intentionally build trust. Because whether you like it or not, whether you acknowledge it or not, trust has been broken somewhat. So you intentionally build trust. We see that a lot of people are trying to reach us. You want to share your thoughts with us. Have you been in a relationship, a marital relationship, where you discover that your spouse was financially unfaithful? And maybe this program, you've just listened to it and now you understand why. Because you're wondering why. What did I do? Was this person just wicked? Was this person just greedy? You know how when we experience things, all we do is just to be accusatory. We just complain. We just make the person look like the bad human. We are the angels. Our partners are the devils. They are the ones that are not nice to us. But that doesn't solve the problem. You want to join the conversation? I'm seeing on Instagram somebody sharing our thoughts. Facebook, your thoughts are welcome. Our WhatsApp number is 090 222 03379. Send a WhatsApp message, send a text message. We will respond to you. If you want to join the conversation, you can call 090 60 00 2420. 090 60 00 2420. Or alternatively, you can call 080 5455 4123. So as I'm speaking to you, I'm battling with this fly here. I don't know. I think the fly is just attracted to my beauty, and the fly can't just literally fly away. So I'm talking to you and fighting with a fly. Now, here's what you need to do. I've counseled a lot of women. A lot of women are signed up for my coaching services, and I understand that one of the first emotions people experience when it has to do with financial infidelity is fear. Fear on both parts, actually. Fear of for want of a better word, the guilty partner. But if you've listened to me today, you know that nobody's really guilty. Nobody's really guilty, right? As long as it's not done maliciously. A lot of times when we talk about financial infidelity, people just assume that it's done maliciously. No, sometimes it's not done maliciously. It's just a survival model. Because we've seen people that were financially transparent in their marriage and it cost them the quality of life that they want. Let's be honest to ourselves. On the Resourceful Woman Show, we're absolutely honest. We don't come paint something that is black, white, just to sound good, sound interesting. No. Because if we do that, we would not be equipping you to actually enjoy bliss in your marriage. We would not be equipping you to live life intelligently. So we would have to say that it is not enough to say you have a spouse that is not financially savvy. The person has a spending culture. The person is not financially responsible. And you say, oh, I listened to Dr. Deborah TIMI-WOOD today. I listened to the Resourceful Woman Show. So because of that, I am going to just be open with my finances. And the person uses all your money and you don't have money to eat. Please, that's where wisdom comes in. So if you need knowledge on how to navigate this, send a DM if you're on social media. Send us a WhatsApp message. Help is here. Help is available. We're here to equip you with knowledge to live life intelligently. Now, before we go, let me tell you about what we'll be speaking about next week. Because I told you, oh my God, we're so interested in helping you become this wholesome woman. This woman that thrives in all areas of your life. For so long, women have believed a lie that you can only excel in one area of your life. So if you're doing well financially, you must have to be suffering in your marriage or struggling with your motherhood experience. Or if you're an amazing mother, then you somewhat be broke. No, we're such amazing creatures as human beings. And God has so beautified our lives that we can thrive in all areas of our life. And that is what the show is for, is to help you navigate life intelligently. So, next week, Wednesday by 4:30 p.m., I'll be speaking to my smart lady. So any smart lady, tell her to be online because we'll be speaking. And I will tell you why smart women make painful marital choices. If you've ever looked at a beautiful woman and said, she's so fine, why is she suffering like that in marriage? Join us next week and I'll tell you about it. It's been my absolute pleasure to spend this time with you. I hope you've learned amazing things that would help you. Remember when we started, I said, get a book, write the Resourceful Woman Show on it, because every Wednesday by 4:30 p.m., I'll come your way via this platform and help you live life intelligently. I'm Dr. Deborah TIMI-WOOD. I'm Africa's premier marital bliss coach, and it's been my utmost pleasure to help you today. See you next week. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Did you get value? Tell me, send me